Yo, welcome back to the house where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics. Listen, I want to go ahead and talk about Carlos King and his new show, The Bad and Bougie. Bad and Bougie. No, it's called Bold and Bougie, child. Bold and Bougie. And I am not the biggest fan of Carlos King and his shows. Well, no, I'm a fan of Carlos King, okay? Let me get it straight. First off, I was going to go to, my friend invited me to the premiere, like the premiere of the show and whatnot. It was in Atlanta, and what was it? Dress code was upscale casual. And I'm like, upscale casual? What? Business casual? Oh, okay. Like, I ain't never heard of upscale casual. I've heard of business casual. And then I Googled, okay, upscale casual. Upscale casual is nothing but business casual. Anyways, um, but honestly, I was kind of sick. And my friend, he had his, things going on, work and stuff like that he was working on. So I did not get to participate in this Q&A because I just had so many questions for Carlos King. Y'all know I've been like itching to do an interview with Carlos King. So imagine if I was at that Q&A and would have been up there like, "Hi, this is Aaron from the House of Aaron, and I just want to know why dot 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 dot." I really do not think that man likes me. But anyways, I am a fan of Carlos King. I'm not a fan of a lot of his shows. I'll tell you what I was a fan of. I was a fan of Styling Hollywood. I was a fan of Encore. I was a fan of Hollywood Divas. And I'm not sure if he did R&B Divas, but I did like R&B Divas. So that's that. These recent shows and like the recent years, no. Love and Marriage, I think, is such a snooze fest. I still to this day don't understand the fascination with it. Like it boggles me. Like sometimes I'll try to watch and I'm just like, why do people care about this? I don't get it. DC, boring. What's another one? Bell Collective. I think the thing for me about Huntsville and Bell Collective, and this is no tea, no shade. I don't want anyone to think that I'm, you know, uh, against people who live in smaller cities or smaller towns, but I kind of feel like Huntsville, like, it's just anything with the name Huntsville in it just doesn't sound exciting to me. Same with Bell Collective. I think they're in Mississippi. It's kind of like country and it's like rural. Yeah. Like I remember one time on Love and Marriage, Huntsville, this light skinned lady, I think she had just had a baby. So if y'all know who I'm talking about, but she had a whole scene with her and her husband. Her husband is really big, dark skinned guy, really huge football player looking man. And she was like sitting on a tractor. Not a tractor, but like a sitting lawnmower. My dad used to have one of those sitting lawnmowers where like you just ride around and mow the lawn. And I was like, why is this woman mowing the lawn? And they're having a whole scene while like the man is like picking weeds and she's like mowing the lawn. And it's too country for me. Like there's a reason why I don't watch TLC. There's a reason why, and there's nothing wrong with the country. It's nothing wrong with the country. But there's a reason why I don't tune into TLC. I don't want to watch 1,000-Pound Sisters in whatever rural part of the South they live in. I don't want to see, the Amish in whatever remote part of the country that they live in. I don't want, like, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just that just doesn't interest. Those sorts of lifestyles don't interest me. So I say that to say it's just like the cities themselves just be kind of like wah wah wah, and then it just be like snooze fest. Anyways, so the only reason why I'm saying that, because I'm not just talking, I'm bringing it around to Bold and Bougie. Bold and Bougie did keep my attention because one, it's in Atlanta, and Atlanta is kind of overdone when it comes to these reality TV shows. But the thing about these women is that I know them a little bit. Okay, that's one thing that Carlos King does kind of do pretty often is he takes from other reality TV shows and kind of creates a new one, right? So we have Malaysia Pargo from, or just Malaysia. She's from Basketball Wives. I used to be a Malaysia fan when Basketball Wives first started. I thought she was so sweet and so pretty and da 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 da. Nowadays, it's just, she doesn't really interest me all that much. but she's, still really super pretty. I felt like it was really interesting how she was trying to check Tamika Foster on basically going up to Crystal, who is Neo's ex-wife. And Malaysia was basically like, why would you go up to her saying that you're loyal to Manietta? And I'm like, Manietta, not Manietta, but I'm like, Malaysia, you just did the same thing. Literally hours before Tamika came to the party, or whenever before, you went up to Crystal and basically gave your same sentiments. Malaysia told Crystal, listen, I'm friends with Manietta, but I'm still going to give you a chance. Tamika Foster essentially did the same thing. She came up to Crystal and was like, hey, Manietta is my friend, and I'm a loyal friend. And I felt like she was going to say more to explain why she was saying all that. But Malaysia didn't really give her a chance. And I'm like, so Malaysia, you getting on Tamika for something that you just did not too long ago? Okay. Okay, sis. And Malaysia, if you don't like drama, stay off of these reality television shows. Like, I don't know how Carlos King is extremely charming. Okay, him and that Dr. Heavenly Smile, he's extremely charming and he's funny and he's charismatic. So he be having y'all convinced to do his shows, which I think is fabulous. But Monique Samuels said it best. She thought she was getting away from the toxicity and the drama and the foolishness of reality television, and she thought it was going to be different on Love and Marriage DC, and it wasn't different. Not only wasn't it different, but the money was... The drama and production was the same, but the money was different. Anyways. So yeah, Malaysia, why do you come on a show and you don't like drama? It don't click. Like, people who don't like drama are like, I'm too classy, or I fly above the drama and I'm not about the drama. And if it gets too weird, I'm going to bow out. Maybe this isn't the industry for you. Maybe this isn't the industry you need to be in. Maybe you don't need to be on a Carlos King production. Because I only remember one Carlos King show where the cast didn't get into it with each other, and that was Styling Hollywood, and it was essentially about, a couple. It wasn't an ensemble cast, so it wasn't like there were too many people to fight with. Malaysia perplexes me. It's like you want to have the attention of reality television, and you want to garner a check, but yet you don't want to be in the crux of the drama, and it's just kind of like, then stay home. You know that drama is going to arise. You know that. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about that situation. Okay, so you have Malaysia, then you have Gaucher. Listen, I know Gaucher from I Dated Roger Bob too. Okay, you date Roger Bob, I dated Roger Bob too. That's how I know Gaucher. I do know that she has, and then in the West End, she used to have this, by the train station, she used to have this, billboard, like mini billboard, I think promoting like her hair salon or something. But she's okay. She kind of seems like she's kind of like, I don't know if she's going to be like the leader of the group or like the glue, but she gives me kind of like leader vibes, like anchor vibes. So we'll see how that fares. A little quiet, really didn't say much, didn't do much. She had an event for her grit line. She has a grit line and a waffle line or something like that, or a shrimp and grit line, but she didn't really promote it at the party. She had a black aspen swimsuit fur party in which she was supposed to be promoting her grit line and her shrimps and her waffle, her waffle mix, and she really didn't talk about it. What I don't understand, is the fact that if this is a party for your grit line and your waffle line, I don't mean to be so critical, but you don't know. That's why you're tuning in, okay? From my perspective. Why wouldn't you have this event at your restaurant? Like, if Candy's gonna have the cast try out her grits and her shrimp and her grits, it would make sense for her to do it at the restaurant after hours. A pool party never made sense. It never made sense. What else do I want to say? There was something else I wanted to say. So yeah, Gaucher had the grit line, but didn't show off no grits. Who's eating grits at nighttime at a pool party? Didn't really make sense. She should have did a brunch. That would have been perfect. Like, stuff like that. It's just Little stuff that just doesn't make any sense at all. But at least she was bold enough. Okay, get it? Bold and bougie. At least she was bold enough to do the first cast event, so that was good. Um, there was something else that I wanted to mention that I can't remember. Tamika, I feel like she's awkward. She's kind of like not self-aware. She's one of those characters. She's kind of like one of those girls that will like say stuff and do stuff and then act like it was nothing wrong with what she just did and said. But I feel like that's good. You need a character like that onto the show. It kind of seems to me that they're going to paint her out to be some sort of a villain. And if I can recall correctly, when she did Hollywood Exes, she was kind of like the villain of that show. And it kind of seems like her quirky, non-self-awareness sort of personality is going to force her to lean into that villain role per se. So I do like her for that. So she's really interesting. And I like how she was kind of messy at the end trying to talk to Crystal, even though really Crystal and Monietta and Neo is really none of her business. A little background, Crystal is the ex-wife to Neo. Mind you, all of the girls on the cast are friends with Monietta, who is Neo's ex-fiance / mother of his children. So that's what I was going to say, is the fact that why isn't Monietta on this show? When I tell you Monietta Shaw Carter, who's a friend of on Real Housewives of Atlanta, was mentioned so many times. Okay, Monietta really is that bitch. She really does have all of these friends. She really does have all of these, connections in Atlanta, because everybody is friends with Monietta on the cast except for Crystal, Neo's ex-wife. So why I felt like this is the perfect reality TV show for Monietta. This is a forum for Monietta to shine because everybody had her name in their mouth. So I'm like, damn, this was a good opportunity for Monietta to star in this TV show. She probably would have shined because she's actually genuine friends with these girls. She's not friends with Marlo. She's not friends with Courtney. She's not really friends with, well, she was friends with Sheree, but then that, kind of fell apart onto Housewives. I don't really even think she was all that good of friends. I believe she's friends with Kenya now, but when she first got on as a friend of, I don't believe they were really that close. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is that like Monietta, she is not that close to the girls on Atlanta. Like she knows them, she's cool with them, but she's not that close. With this group of girls, it kind of seems like this is more her speed. And everybody was like, I'm Mo's friend and I know Monietta and that's my girl and that's my dog. So I don't know this Crystal lady, but I got to make sure she ain't got no beef with Monietta, because if she do, then I can't be cool with her. Why Monietta is not on to the show, I don't know. It would only make perfect sense. And Carlos King, your production company could have hit me up to use my clip of Monietta talking about the threesomes, but I don't know, missed opportunity, I guess. Missed opportunity. No, so yeah, I would say that's my biggest critique. It wasn't a bad show. I like it. It's cute. I'm definitely going to tune in. I don't know about recapping it, but I'm definitely going to tune in and keep a close eye on it to see if it gets, really spicy and whatnot. But my biggest critique, before I give my biggest critique, I'll do my biggest pro. Because I already knew these ladies and because it was in Atlanta, the show felt more familiar and it didn't feel like I gotta go, get to know a whole new set of people, right? So I think that was the good part about the show. The biggest flaw of the show is I felt like it was a missed opportunity to cast Monietta. Now, I don't know if he tried to. I don't know if Monietta tested and she was boring. I'm not sure. Someone did say that. I don't know if that's the case. Or maybe Monietta refused because she was busy filming for Housewives of Atlanta. I'm not really sure. But this felt like the perfect opportunity for Monietta to shine, and that did not happen. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about everything in the comments down below. Are you watching Carlos King's new show? Let's talk about it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day. Bye.